Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for a brand new Age of Wonders 4 series, this one featuring the new Giant Kings content. I am extremely excited for this series, absolutely love the new Giant Kings gameplay, and I'm a huge fan of this build that I'll be showing off in this series. A couple brief things to go over. From my previous series, you'll notice some differences. I'll go ahead and put the game setup settings on the screen now so you guys can have a look at that. Notable changes from the last series, aside from the new Giant King stuff, of course, is that I have changed the map size to medium to get all the players a little bit closer to each other, hopefully a little bit more early skirmishes and combat. I have also changed the umbral dwellings to the subdued umbral realm, so we will not have the umbral vassal cities, which I thought were kind of a big threat to the AI. And I've also, on a similar note, I've turned the world threat level down to medium. Those last two changes, subdued umbral dwelling and the reduced world threat level, are changes that I made specifically because the AI was having trouble handling them in my last series. It actually slowed the AI opponents down. They were throwing away armies trying to just clear simple infestations, and it ultimately weakened the AI. So these changes were made to make the actual AI opponents stronger, more aggressive, and more difficult. So I'm hoping that this game is a bit more challenging, hopefully in the mid to late game. Also, I do have, as far as the new Giant King settings goes, I do have the Legends of Merida trait on here. This one will add the faded regions to the map with the special bonuses for those. You'll notice that this game is missing some of the new Giant Kings content. I did not turn it all on. The crystal dwelling stuff is off, mostly because I find it very easy for the player to rush the artifacts that they provide, which give extremely powerful bonuses that, in my opinion, would make the game too easy. So that has been turned off because I know I would go for it and probably get it. And then also the other change is that well, we'll get into that in a minute here. Let's go ahead and talk about my build here first. I will be playing as Hephaestus. We've got Underground Adaptation, Inner Fire, Keen-Sighted for my race of the Deep Elves. We're kind of going for this is a Fire Giant build, and you wouldn't know it starting where I've started. This is kind of a strange spawn for me, but when you start Underground, which I did pick the Underground adaptation trait so that I would start underground, you're not guaranteed a specific climate, like an underground climate. So even though I'm playing as a fire giant, I'm a pyromancer, it still started me in the snow. That can happen, but ultimately it's not going to matter. We're going to fix it, so to speak. I picked Talented Collectors here, which I mostly picked for the nature affinity, but I do find it to be good to start near a magic material, especially when you play as a giant, because you get access to the item forge early. Subterranean Society is here to improve the subterranean gameplay, make my tiles better. Notably, Subterranean Society does not guarantee an underground start, so still need to pick underground adaptation with it. Inner Fire is here because I'm going to basically be making fire elves, kind of role-playing as that, leaning into the roleplay on that a little bit. But I've also picked it for a very specific reason, and we'll get into that as I play the game. And then Keen-Sighted because I do plan on working some archers into this build. Now, I am playing as a feudal aristocracy. That will allow me to get the Liege Guards, which is a great shield unit, and I think pairs very well with Inner Fire if you set up correctly for it. I played as feudal monarchy, I would get access to longbows, but I'm really after that racial shield unit. A couple notable things before we get started here, other options for this build for anyone interested in trying out some variants that I found to be quite useful. If you instead play as the industrious culture instead of feudal aristocracy, you can get access to the bastions, a very good shield unit. I think they have lower resistance than the Liege Guards do, but they have higher defense, and they have ways of granting themselves more defense. I did play a run through with them, and it was very tanky and a lot of fun. But you are a little vulnerable to magic that way. Another thing you can do with this is you can take the primal culture and pick the spider primal animal. That will guarantee an underground start, which means you can use underground adaptation for something else. And it will also, on top of the fire giant's ability to spread lava chasms, which grant more production for the fire giant, the spider, you can still spread the forest, underground mushroom forest, on top of those lava chasms and get research as well. So you get the research and the production. So that's another very good build if you want to try that. But that's not what we'll be doing today. We are going pure fire giant, pure fire elves. This is going to be a very fun game. We'll start the game with Ignite and call Militia and just jump right into it. Let's see what we've got to work with here. I've got my fire giant, a couple defenders, and an archer. This is always going to be the same. I do have the hard start setting, so it's not hard world threat level, but the hard start setting, which means my starting army is a bit smaller. I find that when you're playing aristocracy, I like to go straight into those defenders because I'm going to be promoting them, notably not evolving them. The Tome of the Evolution and any buffs that affect units that evolve specifically do not affect defenders. That is a promotion, not an evolution. It's a totally different thing. For my first building, I want to grow quickly, especially underground. I want to grab these tiles because a lot of them are going to be very good for me. So I'm going to take the house hunting grounds. We'll start working on that. I'm going to try to get a forest province as quickly as I can, which means expanding probably to either this one or that one. We'll have a look at that. I believe this is just fungus fields. Yeah, that's just fungus fields. So I'll probably be going here first. Fortunately, those are already cleared for me. Now, I already see something here that I'm definitely going to want to take advantage of. When you start underground, well, first off, let's look at my leader here. Just so everyone knows, I am a warrior, ruler, fire giant king, and I am a glory seeker. This game is all about this guy, making him absolutely, absurdly, insanely powerful. It is so much fun. And I can't wait to show you guys what he will be capable of eventually. But for now, gotta protect him, be careful with him, just like any other unit. So when you're starting underground, a very important thing that I found that I like to do is find out where your city-state is as fast as you can, and then go block them in with an outpost. If they start in the same cavern as you, you're going to have trouble with them if they expand too much and take up too much of your area. You need all of this cavern that you can get. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slow unit, and I'm going to run down there with like my archer and grab that. This shows me where my city-state friends are. Now it looks like there is a cavern between me and them, so I don't actually need to worry about them expanding into my area, but I do notice that they have a different area up here, that a huge cavern actually that they can take control of, and I'm going to probably want that cavern because I just spotted something in it. If you kind of fog of war scout, I can see these pillars here. I am pretty sure that this is the underground region that is like the big cavern that gives you magic materials like binding essence and binding fragments for making items. And I want that, and I don't want them to have it. So my very first objective is basically to rush over there as fast as possible with my leader and build an outpost. I do not need to worry about clearing things yet. It's not that important. What's important when you play underground is securing the caverns around you as quickly as you can. So Hephaestus is going to go straight that way, just following that road. And what I'm going to use my other units for is to kind of dig out areas around me to see what I find. It would kind of suck if I found an infestation, because I'm kind of sending my army away to go do other things. But I want to kind of pan out. If you pan the camera out to about this level, you can kind of see the shape of the cavern you're in. Mine appears to be quite small, which probably means I can dig it out a bit. I'm guessing this is probably bedrock, but this should be diggable right here. So I'm going to send one of my defenders over here to go dig this and explore as far down that way as I can. I am guessing that is it looks like that's also diggable. I just don't quite want to dig into an area that would allow my ally to expand in this direction. Now, they might not be able to. I think that river they're on might be considered uninhabitable, so we will see how that pans out. My scout is going to probably kind of go along with Hephaestus. I sort of want to explore what else is up here, and I'm going to let my little guys just sort of dig out the caverns around here. Hopefully I can expand this area, because that cavern is a very small start, and I'm going to need more room than that. We'll send the scout up here, just so I can grab that treasure, if nothing else, and cross our fingers and hope we don't dig into an infestation. As for the first spell that you take, I like to go with Searing Blades. Pyromancers are good to pick up, but they will, the Pyromancers will require the first Town Hall upgrade in order to build, so we can't make them yet anyway. So may as well grab Searing Blades. Fire Arrows is good, we'll pick it up later, but right now we only have one archer. We have multiple melee units, so Searing Blades does us a lot more good. And with that, I can end the turn. Let's make sure our city is producing things. I don't have any spells that I can cast yet, so we're going to go ahead and end the turn. And now it's a race. It's a race against my city-state to claim territory before they claim it. That is really your top priority, in my opinion, when you're playing an underground start, especially with someone who is focused on underground terrain and gets lots of benefits from it. It comes at a premium. There's only so much of it. I am pretty sure that this is an uninhabitable province here. I'm like 99% sure. So what I'm going to do is send this guy up here, and we're going to dig this one out right here. The rest should be bedrock, and it looks like possibly a narrow passageway through it. So I think we're safe to dig there. Hephaestus will continue moving in the same direction and try to get as far this way as I can. Now I'm going to move here. I may want to dig this wall out with him. Well, you know what? I don't think I need to. I don't think it actually does me any good to dig that wall out right now. I did find an astral dew up here, so that's useful. I'll go ahead and grab that with... I do not like that armor. I am probably going to end up disenchanting that. We'll take it for now because I don't need the binding essence for anything else, but... I don't like the slowing armor, really. It is a lot of extra defense and may be useful to put on in certain battles, but it's not something that I really want. We're going to go ahead and have the scout follow along this way and dig that wall out right there. He's going to kind of follow Hephaestus for now, be an extra pair of eyes over here. I'm actually glad that I did that. It looks like I can dig through this passage here. That would give me a shortcut to the city-state. Unfortunately, it does kind of... It's going to take a couple turns to dig through that, because I have to dig through this... Wait, could Hephaestus... Ooh, you know what? If I had moved Hephaestus there, I actually could have dug that one out. I did not notice that. That's probably okay. I think the city-state may expand slowly enough that it'll be alright. I suspect they'll probably grab that tile first. Ooh, Meridian Maze. Okay, I can already see, I already know what wonder that's going to be. It is the one that I thought of. It gives Binding Essence and Fragments. That's very, very good for me if I can claim it. However, this tile is directly adjacent to it, because you can see that line, which means that he actually cannot expand this direction. Is that tile directly next to it? Yes, it is. So it's actually blocking his expansion anywhere beyond this tile right here. And I can't put an outpost on either of those, which means I probably need to try to get to this corner over here. We'll work on that. I did dig out, I think, 2 mana nodes in this province. That's quite nice. When you have the underground perk that I took for my race, not underground adaptation, subterranean society, you have a chance of uncovering an additional resource node. Very, very nice. It's the only way that I know of to get 2 resource nodes in one province, which is very cool. I have over here, I think that's a pile of production. I'm gonna move a little closer to make sure. No, that is a gold stash, so we can take that now. The production, I normally try to time when I pick that up to boost certain buildings that I might want. Alright, so that way down there looks like it goes to a tunnel. I'm going to send my archer more down this way. I want to find more diggable earth. It is not looking like I have a whole lot, which is unfortunate. But I suppose this cavern goes quite a ways to the north. There's also this giant chasm here. I wonder what this is all about. Fungus field, stalagmite, snow. It looks like it's still settleable, so yeah, I think this might be just one of the handcrafted regions, which, by the way, this is one of my favorite additions to the Giant Upkeep. There are so many really cool-looking regions on the map now. So it's one of my favorite additions of the Giant Kings expansion. Very, very cool. I think the developers did a great job with it. Let's see. I could call militia, but I don't need to right now. It'll just give me the pikemen, and I don't really need them. I would rather put my gold into defenders that I can level up and promote. So we'll go to the next turn. And I will start digging my way through here. Most likely with the scout. I might explore with Hephaestus just a bit more. Oh, I found a food pickup. That's very good. Okay. I have a reasonable I think a reasonable belief that this will likely just go straight into here, allowing Hephaestus to run right over here and put up an outpost. If I can block that spot, I think this whole cavern is mine. And that is a huge cavern with an ancient, with a not faded region, but one of the special regions that gives the really nice bonuses. I want that. I absolutely want that. So I'm going to, before I move Hephaestus, since he's the one who can build the outpost, I am going to move the scout first just to make sure that Hephaestus shouldn't be going this way. It does not look like he should be. I do see a mana pickup. I'm going to want that because I'm going to use it to start doing some terraforming. This looks like bedrock, this whole wall here. That is solid wall, can't go through that. So we'll keep the scout going this way. Yeah, that's about all he's gonna see. I do think this area looks so cool. I love these deep chasms underground. It just adds so much to the look of the game. All right, Hephaestus then is going to go this way. I'll grab that food, and I will go ahead and dig this province out. Then I will go through, meet the neighbors, and then block the neighbors into their house. He's really nice like that. Okay, so two things I got this game. First, I got the food growth boost. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to go for the quarry first. I think that's more important, but I will throw the forester down on it to get the boost for the hunting grounds that I'm currently working on. So in 2 turns, those will complete along with the defender. I also got mana on this turn, which means I'm going to go ahead and summon the lava rune steel now. We're going to start doing some terraforming. I'll talk about how I like to do that in a moment, but first let us move our archer and I think probably dig this out. It's just a tunnel that goes somewhere else, but there is another cavern down there. I probably want to get down in there and explore a little bit and set up shop. Still haven't even bothered clearing anything, and that's fine. I think that's a secondary concern underground. I think I want to send this guy down here, probably, to set him up to go through that. It looks like this entire southern section is pretty much bedrock, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of digging around here, and this cavern is not going to get really much bigger than it is, but it at least can go north quite a ways. And the Subterranean Society does allow you an extra space of reach for your cities. You get that underground provinces. Wait, is that underground adaptation? I think that might be underground adaptation. Yeah, underground cities gain +1 province annex range. So don't worry, I know everything looks snowy, but we're going to fix that up nicely. I got a gold vein here. Ooh, and on top of it, an iron deposit. So we've got quite a few things to clear here for resources, but Hephaestus is currently on vacation, so we will get to that in a minute. There is another spot I can dig out down here. Oops, the way I have... Oh, is he blocked by red? Oh, that's technically a bedrock tile. It's part of... well... It doesn't really matter. He's not going to waste any time doing anything else, really. Once I clear these out, I might leave... Well, you know what? I might actually let the archer continue exploring. He's not quite as important to the core army. Well, I don't know. I'll probably pull him back because he does have keen-sighted, so he's a bit more useful. I'm just not sure what else to use him for right now. I really do want to get down into this cavern and explore quite badly. I think the next thing I build might be a scout to go do that. Or I'll turn this scout around once he's done checking this area out. I'll probably do that, because building more defenders right now is quite helpful. I'm going to move up and around and down. We'll see if there's anything else interesting. This cavern goes on for a ways. I can there's more I can dig out over here. And a cave entrance. That's good to know where those are. I actually have one down here. Goes up to the surface. These are going to be where probably most of the enemies come from. I do have it set to library rulers, so It's going to be just like the normal AI pre-made rulers that you might run into. Alright, cool. The Myrmidon Maze. I love how these things look. That's so cool. There's also a cave entrance here that is not on the actual Myrmidon Maze tile, but it's adjacent to it. I'm going to want to take control of that. That might be a good place to put the outpost. We did excavate that area. I really need to hurry up and get that outpost placed so this guy can head back and I can start actually clearing some stuff. I just want to get one outpost put up to block that city-state. And then maybe another... You know what? I might actually... You know what? Change of plans. Everybody's turning around. They're going to meet Hephaestus in that other cavern. This city will be fine. It'll grow on its own. I might not be able to clear everything around it yet, but these guys can at least go up and start helping him prepare to clear... Let me make sure I get this on this turn. Yeah, he can still move here. They can start helping Hephaestus to prepare that other area. I'm second guessing whether I want to dig this spot out right now, because it adds another pathway to me. And also because if it triggers an infestation, then Hephaestus is going to have to turn around and come back here. And I don't really want him to do that right now. We can kind of dig this out whenever I want to. So there's not really a rush on it, and it doesn't look like it connects to anything important. So I think we're going to wait on it. There's definitely a tile, like a pathway that goes through here, a choke point. And then this is probably diggable over here to allow another access point into that hallway. I think I can leave it for now. Alright, we got the Summon Lava Runesteel, and we have enough information about our starting cavern to make a decision as to where to place it. Now, if you haven't played the Giant Kings before or don't know how these work, basically these Runesteels, I get the lava one because I'm Fire Giant, will spread your favored terrain wherever, within 2 tiles of wherever you place it. So you want to try, what I like to do is find a corner of my territory. This could be a good one because that looks like bedrock over there. Yep, that's a corner. Then count 2 spaces out from it. Another one could be this one. That would be a good one. And you want to try to fill in as much of that corner as you can. So an easy way to do this is turn on province view so you can actually count that way. So if I put it in my center tile, it will reach to here, because 1, 2. But it will not reach all the way down here because that's 1, 2, 3. So I think maybe putting it in this tile would be better, or possibly, yeah, this tile would be a good one. It won't quite reach where I want it to, though. It's the way these things are set up. It's not quite reaching where I want it to, because if I put it on this tile, it will not reach that one. It'll reach these 2, but it won't reach that 3rd one. So this is a little bit of an inconvenient setup, the way this kind of spawned. But I still think that might be the best option. And then I can kind of tag that one with another one. One thing to note is that a lot of these uninhabitable cavern wall provinces are actually very big. So if I put one like up here, but it's technically touching a big cavern province, that it will go through that wall. So I think I can probably grab that one with something else. So I think putting the Lava Runesteel here for starters is useful. It will also get all the tiles immediately around my capital, including that one. And it'll get this one. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with it. Counting those out can be a little bit of a pain, but it's worth doing. Yeah, put it up there, but it's still technically in that province. It doesn't put it exactly where you click, but it just sticks it somewhere in there, and that is a good enough spot. It will eventually cover my city, and it will eventually get that forester that I've already built, as well as this tile that I'm going to be claiming soon, probably. Okay, so we've discovered Myrmidon Maze. That's good. I can turn that province view back off. Actually, I can turn that back on for a second. I can maybe cheat and have a look around here. Yeah, we kind of know where these guys have to expand. I'm going to end up trespassing through their territory. Oh, wait, no, I won't need to. I can take... This Myrmidon Maze has an edge that you can follow around it. So I'm going to take that instead. And then I can stay out of their territory. I won't make them mad. And if I'm quick, I can get my outpost up. Oh, they did take the time. They went the way I didn't want them to go. That's unfortunate. But I think I can still block them in pretty quickly. Okay, goodbye for now. We'll go ahead and give them our Whispering Stone. I am going to irritate them a little bit here. But that's okay, because in the long term we'll be friends. I really have to hope, though, that they... So what I want to do here is I want to build the outpost just right here, because it's not technically touching their city, so it's a valid placement spot, and it totally blocks them. I think that totally blocks them into just these two spots. It also conveniently has gold on it, and I could expand the outpost to cover this, which includes a cave entrance. I think that is definitely what I want to do. And then I probably should try to get an outpost up in that cavern somewhere. I wish I had sent the scout that way now, but he's already over here, so what we're going to do is I'm going to run down here, I'm going to pop up, we meet another city-state. That's good. It doesn't look like they met anyone else yet. And then I'm going to go back underground. We'll start moving up. I will go ahead and dig this province out. This one's far enough away from my capital that even if it is an infestation, I'm not too worried about it. And we can get all our other guys back up. And we can see we're already starting to spread this lava chasm. Now, it will slow my guys down eventually. It's kind of spoiler alert for late game build, but I will be taking Scions of Flame, so the lava chasms won't slow me down as much. But for now, they kind of will if it's in territory that I don't own, because it won't like auto build bridges over it. But that's okay. It's worth it for the production bonuses that it will build up over time. That's another reason why I kind of like taking the feudal aristocracy over industrious, is because you get so much production with the fire giant, especially if you're spreading those lava chasms, that all the extra production you get from the industrious culture kind of doesn't feel quite as necessary. Still good, of course, but maybe not quite as necessary. All right, for my second upgrade, I'm going to take the farm, because that gives me access to the workshop. The workshop will let me build buildings faster, and I like to get that early. And that kind of just speeds up everything else going on with this city. As for the third upgrade, it might be another forester to get the surf quarters, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I did just finish building a defender. I am going to want to make probably another one. The other option is a scout to go into that southern cave. I think I am going to send to build another scout. I want to see what's in that southern cave. We'll get the defender later. Again, we're not really fighting anything yet, so that's okay. I do want to look at this. I can't build roads yet, but I need to keep an eye on that because I'm going to want to build them as soon as I can, especially to get through like these little cave tunnels. I like to build them through there and get a nice network set up. Okay. I don't need another lava rune steel yet. I kind of want to see how the edges of this wall work before I decide where the next one goes. Quick tip, if you do decide you want to move these around, you can, but any terrain that has been modified by the lava rune steel will instantly revert to its original form as soon as that rune steel is removed. So you'll have to wait for the new one to recover everything that you had worked on. So yeah, just heads up if you are going to try this build for yourself. It looks like I can dig out even more over there. There's a mana node on that one and a quarry. Lots of good tiles. I'm definitely going to need the extra reach to get full use of my capital here. But I think with all the upgrades, I actually can reach that. I should eventually have enough nature affinity to get the +2 province annex range. I will... You know what? I will dig that out later. We've gotten lucky with the infestation so far, and as much as I would like to stay and dig out more, I think the scout is needed with Hephaestus more right now. So I'm going to send him back that way. In the meantime, Hephaestus is going to do a bit of scouting for himself. Oops, I neglected to actually build the outpost on the last turn. I totally forgot. I got lucky that they... You know what? That's actually okay. It saves me a turn of upkeep, and I'm going to get it anyway. And I'm also going to make them mad about it anyway. But I don't care. I block them in, and I can send Hephaestus up this way. Now, unfortunately, I'm seeing water here. That's not what we want to see. In mountains to kind of slow me down. I don't like that. I'm going to send him back because I think he's going to need to go around the edge of this. But we're looking to get, what I'm looking to get now is a second outpost setup that's going to be the actual city that I found in here. Probably want it somewhere central, probably around here-ish. Would probably be good. And then we'll want to, we can expand the cavern out and clear things later, but the big thing is getting that city up. Mirrodin Maze does not extend. You can kind of click on it and see where it extends to, so that can be dug, because it has a line going to it. That one can be dug. So there's probably more. So we'll get to them. And these guys are coming up as basically backup right now. They're not absolutely needed, but if I can clear some stuff while I'm up there before coming back down to my main area, that's fine. We're going rush expansion right now. Select new research. Okay, so we didn't get fire arrows, but we did get hold the line. Hold the line is very, very good. Anything that gives defensive masters, especially in a radius, is great. Especially for a build with that fire aspect that I have on it, and tanky shield units. The more units hit my tanky shield units, the more fire damage they take. You can actually do a pretty respectable amount of fire damage back. I do personally think there's probably better race traits you can pick. However, this one just thematically fits really fun with a fire giant build, and that's kind of what this build is about. I do think it's very good, but it's also about just having fun, being like the ultimate fire giant. Like, that's what I'm out to do. So, kind of a bit of a role-playing build in a sense. I believe everything is good to go to the next turn, so we will do that. Got our outpost building there. I would have felt really stupid if the AI expanded and took that gold mine, but fortunately they had just expanded, so they didn't have time to do that. Obsidian Forge will help you through the famine. Okay, we can do something nice to make these guys happy with us, or I could take gold. It blocks growth for 4 turns. I don't want to block growth in my capital for 4 turns. But this does make them happy with me, which offsets... I don't want to do the good character action. I don't care about being good or evil. You can go either way with this build. It doesn't matter. Other than for like the event karma system. Probably want to take... Oh, but that doesn't make them happy, though. And if I pick this, they actually become displeased. You know what? They can deal with it. The only downside I can see to this is that if I make them happy with me, I can level them up faster. But here's a fun little trick as long as none of the AI meet them. Which I would be surprised if they did, considering where they're at. I am, instead, going to intentionally make them mad and say, forget you. Now they really probably don't like me. Yeah, we're at 0, so we're just straight neutral. Which means my Whispering Stone is gaining less influence with them. That kind of sucks, but what I can do is withdraw it, since it's unlikely anyone's going to meet them, and far more likely someone's going to meet this other city-state that I found up here, Manafont. I would really like to have them as my ally, considering their proximity to my capital, so we'll give them the Whispering Stone and make them happy. Pact of Cooperation in 12 turns. So they're at minus 150, so I'm actually getting less out of the Whispering Stone with them. But I think it's probably better to rush their favor than it is to rush these guys down here. So I'm going to do that. And hopefully I can pick up another Whispering Stone later and give it to these guys. And in the meantime, we'll keep sending all our friends through here. Everyone who can make it. We've gotten lucky that we haven't run into an infestation yet, and I'm hoping to keep it that way for now, until we can get actual armies back down here. I did finish the not stonemason, the workshop or whatever. We're going to go straight to serf quarters for the draft and food income, both of which are very useful right now. Yeah. I can build another forester to hurry that on the next turn, and I can build it on that tile and pick up a gold mine too, so kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. That sounds good to me. And Hephaestus is going to run around the mountain range and go this way. This thing will have a walkable edge all the way around. Now what do we have here? These aren't terrible. So what this does is it gives a quarry in this province grants more production, mines grant more gold. You can build quarries in a lot of water tiles as long as they got some rocks in them. So I can still make good quarries in these tiles and get the bonuses from this Meridon maze. Hopefully, though, I really do need more land tiles to get the lava chasm bonuses as well. So we really got to work on that. I think that's the end of my turn. I don't think I'm missing anything. I don't think I can cast anything. All right, let's keep it moving here. See what comes next. Hopefully, cross our fingers and find more land, not just water. Okay, there's a little bit here. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. It's more water than I wanted to see in this cavern. But hopefully this area up here can make up for it. Maybe with some more diggable earth, we can make something good out of this. Now, I kind of have to sort of blindly pick where I'm going to put this city, because I can't really afford the time to explore everything. But I probably don't want to put it on this tile, because that's a gold mine, and because of this, a mine grants plus 10 gold. And I can build a gold mine on that because there's a gold mine there. So I can actually make a very good gold mine, and probably want to make sure that I take advantage of that if I can. So we'll go a little further and probably build the city on like the next available tile. In the meantime, everybody is going to go this way, except for possibly the scout. I think the scout would be getting here a little too late, and the scout can't really help very much with fighting. So I might send this scout topside near my capital to see what's up here. Actually, this one is going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this guy down this way. It looks like the fastest route, I feel like the fastest route would be to go there. No, because he'd have to go back over that lava chasm anyway. That's what's slowing him down. Unfortunately, this is not the tile I wanted that lava chasm to expand to. But that scout's going to go down into there, and this one is going to go back down to this cave entrance and pop up to see what's around. Make sure there's no immediate threats. I did get my outpost here, and I want to go ahead and make sure I claim that tile so that nobody else grabs it. Oh, there is a faded region right up there. Maybe we can do something with that later. For now, let's get the work camp. Go ahead and drop the 100 gold to grab this tile here, secure that cave entrance, and we can worry about... Oh, I could actually put a mine on it too. That's nice, because there's a quarry there. Okay, cool. That outpost is going to pay for itself then, and then some. Again, with the serf quarters, we're going to take the forester to get that a little faster. And that speeds us along the way down towards future upgrades. And then the next thing I might get is... Well, we'll see. We might be able to get the... Oh, I have enough to cast Searing Blades now. Now, mana does come at a premium in this build. I still think Searing Blades is worth it, but by casting that, we're not going to be able to cast much else. I can at least go ahead and get it ready. And then we can pop it whenever we need to. I probably won't use it right away because I'm not planning on doing any battles within the next several turns. But basically, I need to try to remember to use that before I do my next battle. So I will go ahead and end the turn. Oh, did I? Ah, crap. I forgot to build another defender. Ah, that was a mistake. Oh, crap. It's very easy to do. Okay, well, let's build another one. We're a little late on one, but that's all right. I think we've got enough for a full stack here. Do we? No, we don't. We got one there, one there, one there. No, that's two there. Yeah, it's not quite a full stack, unfortunately. Well, we'll have to deal with it. Let's get this guy down here. There is more to dig, so we'll work on that. This scout is going to... Plans have not changed. He's still going to go topside and see what's around above the capital. You guys are going to come through here. Send them through here. We'll probably try to clear that quarry, because that's going to give a production boost to our capital that will be useful. And then Hephaestus, you are going to march straight through here. I don't want to build a city there, but I think the next tile might be okay. The next tile is actually Lob's Hollow, so I can't build one there. And when I dig, I'll probably get one from that. So maybe I need to go to this tile? Does this have anything in it? Nope, it's just a good old farm province. I think that's a good spot. It's a little bit of a reach to get all the way down here, but I think that's okay. It's probably about as good of a spot as we're going to get. I'm going to go ahead and clear that area out, or actually start the outpost founding. It's also next to a cave entrance that I can put a work camp on and claim before anyone else starts getting their grubby little fingers down here. Now the other question is, do I want to go ahead and dig this out? Because it could be an infestation. Since I have an army coming this way already, I will go ahead and dig that out. It's probably going to be, if it clears some or reveals some gold mines and stuff, that's going to actually be pretty good tiles for that new city. So I think it's worth clearing that out now. Call of Chaos, don't really need. I don't. You know, that might be useful for the free unit just to get it, but I don't have any infestations to kill right now. I am going to take this one, though, because I don't want to forget to take it, and I absolutely am going to take it eventually, so we'll go ahead and spend the Imperium on it now. I just don't want to forget to grab it later. Searing Blades is ready, but we're not going to cast it yet, because we're not going to pay that mana upkeep right now if we don't have to. Alright, lava chasm spreading quickly. Who needs this nasty snow anyway? Gross. Alright, one more turn this city grows. I probably want to grab the stonemason. I can hurry. Yes, I do. I do want to grab the stonemason, and I'll explain why. The stonemason requires 2 farms. But the tavern does too, and I find that a lot of times with a new city where they don't have any production bonuses, see, I'm already at -5 city stability, I kind of want to rush that tavern as soon as I can, but the stonemason will help me do it faster. It'll also help me get the, what's it called, the town hall upgrade faster. Or I could actually just go straight into the town hall upgrade now, and then go straight for the tavern. I think that's actually better. I think that's better, actually. We'll do the Town Hall upgrade, because we'll get the boost for it on the next turn, and then we can go straight into the tavern from there. I'll still take the farm. Alright, so we got an outpost going up over here. Hephaestus finished digging, found a mana node and iron deposit. That's pretty huge. That's good for the new city. And we're definitely going to want to clear that area around there, help that new city get started. So I am going to send the rest of these guys up. Hopefully this force will be enough to assist. I really, really wish I had road building right now, because once I have it, I'm going to build a road down the whole length of that this region here. You can build roads through them, as far as I know. At least you can do one through the Ghost Fields area, so I'm assuming you can do it through that area too. Okay, Hephaestus, where are you going to go next? Since I am bringing some units over here already, I think he could stay and explore a bit. I'm not as worried about my capital. Okay, there's another mana node. Ooh, there is a focus crystal there. That's very good. I do need one of those. I would also really love to find a Fireforge stone. Oh, and there's an Umbral Nest. We're going to want to get rid of that as soon as we can. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move... Ugh, gross. There's also an Umbral portal right there. Sometimes stuff can pop out of those and go outside of the normal Umbral borders and pick units off, and I do not want Hephaestus to get picked off, so I'm going to go ahead and just have him dig that out and move away from that portal. We don't want him to get picked off. Okay, and then this scout, oh yeah, that's right, he's the one going topside, so let's head up. There's a derelict workshop right up here, near my capital. That is good to know. Manafont is being north of them. I'm going to explore on the surface a bit, I think, except for there is a pickup there. Ooh, that's tempting. Can I get through their borders, get the pickup, and get out the other side? Because that is food. And food is good. I think I'm going to grab that. Yes, I can. And then I can get out of the borders on the other side and they won't bother me. I might want to consider getting seafaring here and at least getting this faded region on the map. I believe this is the Triple Island one that has the sunken library in the middle of it, which is a great one to find. Now is a bit more of a question whether I want to take the Pyromancer or the Fiery Arrows. Both I think are good options, because I will have that Town Hall upgrade too in time to actually make use of this one and get a couple Tier 2 Battle Mage units out. That would be handy. I think getting Pyros out first and then going for Fiery Arrows is probably better. I really would like to lock this one, but I don't think I can spare the mana for it, given how little I have. So we're gonna have to hope we get a little lucky. But I think getting the Pyromancers out earlier is probably a better decision, especially since I won't have my Tier 3 archers for some time. Okay, we are at the next level now. It doesn't really matter that much which provinces I take at this point, because I won't get the benefit from them because I didn't clear them. But I guess what I'll probably do is go ahead and take ones that I can clear later anyway. Actually, you know what? Since I can't, because I'm probably going to want to put a conduit or a research post on one of these. You know what? This province literally can't be anything other than a farm, so I'll just go ahead and build a farm on it. That's fine. I don't get bonuses from anything else other than the fact that it's ashlands already, so I do get +2 production from that. And that should hurry the Town Hall Castle upgrade. Once that's done, we can roll straight in the tavern. In fact, I'm going to queue that. I know that's the only thing that I want to build in there. Defender is coming along. I will add one more to the queue so I don't forget like I did earlier. Very easy to do if you're not queuing things up. And let's hop back underground and see. I think Hephaestus is still digging that. Okay, we're good. I still don't need to cast Searing Blades. And my outpost will expand on the next turn and be able to claim that cave entrance. It'll help my units move through there slightly faster too, which will be nice. I should do that first before moving the units through it. Okay, these guys want me to build quarries. That is absolutely fine with me, but who is this? Is this the Deep Elves asking for this, or is this Mana Font? Because my elves are like, they look like dark elves. It just says it's a Chancellor. Doesn't say who. Okay, well, unless I kind of skimmed it, so maybe I missed it, but it probably doesn't matter. It's a quest that'll be easy for me to do. I'm sure I will definitely build those within that many turns. Okay, so this tells me that this is not a province. That is bedrock right there. I can kind of tell because you can click on this and see. So that is the extent of the provinces that it can benefit from. And I'm seeing a lot of potential gold mines here. This looks good. Except for that one. That could be a quarry if I want it to be. Or I could just build a conduit on it. Either way is good. As for this one, do I want to go straight into a city? Or do I want to try to build a work camp first? I think going straight into a city is probably better. Yeah, I think going straight into a city is probably better, especially since that right there is a food pickup that I can use to boost the city, and I'm going to want to do that while I've got units down here. Before I do anything, though, we'll take a mine on this province. That's the only thing that really benefits an outpost, is a mine, because I actually can get a little extra production out of it. I can dig that out, too, but it doesn't really matter right now, so I'm not going to worry about it, because it'll slow my guys down. I could have done it on the last turn. I probably should have, but I didn't think about it. Move these guys up. All of these guys up and try to get to Hephaestus and clear some of this out. These, because it's normal world threat level, all this stuff is clearable. Shouldn't be a problem for an army like mine. And Hephaestus is pretty dang strong. Is that a pickup that I can grab now, or should I go do something else with Hephaestus while we're waiting for these guys? Also, can I clear Lob's Hollow? I really kind of need a summon out here. To get that 6th person in to help clear the Lob's Hollow. I would like to grab that while I'm here. I might be able to handle it. I can always look at what's in there later. For now, let's go ahead and take this pickup. I think that's a knowledge stash. Yeah, we'll grab that. And then get Hephaestus back over this way, making sure to steer kind of clear of that umbral portal thing that I don't trust. Okay, area excavated down here. That's just more path to get down here. We've got some gloom, which is not a good sign. And it looks like another big region of some sort, I think. All right, we're going to take a step into the gloom here and have a look. That could be another good place for a city. Then what I want to do is I'm curious about this area. We're going to go ahead and take basic seafaring so that my scout can get in the water here and start checking this out. I am curious. Part of me wants to run over and grab that tower too while I can to see what else is around and up here. I don't think it's as important because we're going to eventually ally with Manafont. We'll be able to see all of this. Discovering Trinity Island. That's what it was called. I couldn't remember. A giant... Okay. I could take Imperium. I could take Mana. Mana is probably the more sensible option right now, but in the long term, I think the Imperium's better. Even if it is a relatively small amount. I think I'll take the extra Imperium. 89 mana isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. I could take it, but there are like 3 mana nodes around where Hephaestus and his armies are right now, so I'm going to get a whole bunch of mana within the next few turns. So I think I'll take the Imperium. And the research will just come as it comes. This is Trinity Island. There's 3 trials on each of these provinces. You can go to them. Usually you'll have like... You can either fight them or you can like give them something. And I think if you make them... I did it the violent way. With the one playthrough I interacted with this where I ended up fighting some stuff. And then I had to do a giant, huge, very difficult fight in the middle at the end. But I'm wondering if you like give them things or answer their riddles in certain ways, if you can actually get a peaceful resolution at the end. I don't really know for sure, but it is interesting. I am going to go ahead and found that City of the Deep Elves. I did get this, I believe, so yep. Founding absorbing cities takes -2 turns. Newly founded absorbed cities gain +1 pop. That'll work. Let's get that city going. Once I get that city up in 4 turns, if I really need it, I could hurry production of a defender out there and fill out Hephaestus's army. I don't need palisade walls here. Well, you know what? I will go ahead and build them. It's going to be a while before I can really meaningfully incorporate this into the larger city. So for a while, since it's near a cave entrance, I probably would rather have some walls protecting it. And here we get our first hero, and already I see one that I want. An elitist. These guys are a great choice, in my opinion, for feudal aristocracy. He is a specialist governor. That is not bad. I like specialist governor. Prospecting governor is also a pretty good one. You can get a lot of mines underground and get rich pretty quick. But I don't need shepherd. Now, of course, this can change, but you have no way of knowing exactly what it will change into. And we've got Arcane Governor. I really do like Arcane Governor with this build because you're always short on mana with this build. Don't need Explorer as badly, though. Nor do I really need a Warrior. I guess a Warrior's okay. I will have shock units later in this build and plenty of melee, so they're not hugely important. But Elitist is where it's at, in my opinion, for this build. Because... And we're going to go ahead and hire him. He's also on horseback, so he can hopefully catch up to everybody else pretty quickly. I'm going to send him that way. The reason I picked an elitist is because what the elitist does... Oh, I don't want to give him that. What the elitist does is he gives ruler's retinue. If the hero's in the same battle as your ruler, this hero and your ruler get +2 defense and +2 resistance. This is great. First off, because my fire giant is going to be such a powerhouse, giving him more defense and resistance is absolutely huge. But secondly, when you play feudal aristocracy, the feudal governors, when you make them governor of a city, that's when the units that you produce in that city get the bonuses from being with their liege, whoever their governor is of that city. If you move governors around, your heroes get like morale debuffs, which kind of is not good. You want to avoid that. But you'll usually end up with more heroes than you do cities by the late game. And you'll end up with extra heroes that don't have a city to go with them. An elitist is a great fit for that role because the elitist doesn't need their own army. You don't need to make them a liege. They can just hang out with your main guy, buff him, and all the armies that are in the battle. It doesn't have to be in his stack with aristocracy. It's all the armies that are in the battle with that ruler will get buffs. So he can be like a secondary commander in your main leader's army, but all the units that are in his stack still get all the buffs from being in the same battle as this guy. And he's also buffing this guy, which is really, really nice. Eventually, I'll get other people that'll make better governors, but the elitists make very good. Just having one, really. You don't really need more than one. Make excellent people to tag along with the leader. And I want to check how close I am to the roads. That's 7 turns away. Okay, we're not really that close, so I'll have to wait on it. And do I need to build anything in the capital? No, I don't. Okay, well, in the turn, you can see my lava continuing to expand, starting to turn the walls all red. I like how they made it affect that outer layer of wall, so it doesn't like look weird. It'll still look like a fiery chasm, and that's the look I definitely want to go for. Okay, so unfortunately, can't build roads through here yet, so he's going to be slow. I wonder if it'd be faster for him to go. No, it looks like it's faster for him to go. You know, actually, I think it would be faster for him to go that way. It's just the game can't see all of those tiles yet, but I think that would be a faster trip for him to go up and around. And I would really like him to get out there soon so that he can start getting the elitist levels up from doing battles with their leader. So the sooner I can get him out there to participate in some of these battles, the better. I think he can probably catch up. We are admittedly leaving our capital wide open and not doing anything with it right now, but that's okay. We'll clean up around here later, and I will send this guy out. He's not going to do anything here by himself, so I will get one more defender out, and then we will get start working on pyromancers because we did unlock, or we will unlock those by that point. I can get this guy down through here. I don't really know what he's walking into with this gloom. It makes me a little nervous. Okay, it's just coming out of that portal there. Kind of want to avoid any of the gloom monsters. What is that? Oh, that's Cursed Fields is what that is. Okay, so there's going to be a big dead thing here, a big skeleton. That's okay. I'm gonna give that umbral thing a wide berth. Okay, there's more area I can dig out here. That's good. I'm definitely going to want to dig those tiles out. Alright, Hephaestus is going to be waiting for a minute. I am going to, since he's just kind of chilling and doesn't have anything else to do at the moment, I might use him to walk down here and reveal some of this so that I can see it all and my guy can hopefully determine the fastest path through. I still think he can't see it all though, so that's alright. We'll get to that later. We did discover Trinity Island. I'm not ready to interact with that just yet. I believe some of the resources that they demand for like answering the riddles correctly or whatever, it usually comes at a resource cost, and I'm not going to be able to pay that cost this early in the game. So instead, we'll sail around. By the way, this is a Pangea map, so it's a little odd shape here because this is kind of looking like a separated island, but it should be a Pangea, surrounded by water on all sides. They don't normally have separate islands, but I think the Trinity Island setup here is breaking things up a little. It looks cool though, I'm fine with it, and can be defensively advantageous. Alright, Searing Blade's still ready, nothing else to do here. We'll keep it moving. Town Hall will finish on the next turn, and I think the city might grow again too. Yeah, it did. We're at 6 pop now. I could go ahead and grab one of those quarries if I want to. Eventually I'm going to want a triad of farms. Probably going to include this tile since all that can be as a farm, and I'm going to want to build a farmstead to help with faster growth. In the meantime though, let's go ahead and take a quarry on this tile. There are 2 resource nodes here that when my guys come back, I'll definitely want to clear. Yeah, I think that's a good I think that's probably, that gets me a little extra production towards getting the tavern faster, which will help with my people getting grumpy. I don't know if it'll actually make a difference in when it finishes, but it might get it really close to where I can hurry production and get it done a turn earlier. Also, the bathhouse that comes after the tavern requires a quarry, and it gets us one quarry towards that quest there. So a lot of reasons to build a quarry right now. We'll go ahead and pick one up. You guys keep going. And you also keep going. I believe this is area I just can't see right now. I'm like 99% sure this is going to be a faster route for him, so we'll have him take that shortcut. I know for a fact that you can walk all the way around this, so that works. Not really any reason for Hephaestus to hang around over there anymore, so I don't think the elitist is going to get here in time for all these battles. I don't want to slow down getting levels and promotions for my other units just to keep that elitist involved. So we'll probably go ahead and on the next turn at least take this gold mine. That city's still working on getting founded. It will get one extra tile when I first found it. Might want to actually skip the gold mine, get that on the way back, and go take things that it can actually make use of more immediately. Things that are right next to it that it can expand to right away. Let's see. This is a decent spot for you to kind of go and dig. Let's dig this tile out and start clearing area around that cursed fields. The next hero I get might go down there and look for another outpost once the scout has scouted it out a bit. Hello, hostile Thunderdale. The fittest shall survive. Okay. You want to be that way? That's fine. Let's sail over here and just explore randomly. There's a great bird nest over there, so another thing to watch out for. I doubt it'll bother me over here very much, but you never know. I can forge a new item. You know what? One thing I probably should do, now that I think of it, I do have those greaves in my arsenal that aren't going to be, I'm not going to be able to do anything with. Can I forge a meaningfully better axe for my leader right now? I think the answer is probably no. Because even forging one with, like, say, a crit chance bonus is going to take 110 binding essence now. Can't really do anything with the forge yet, even with that 100 binding essence. Nothing that I want to do yet, anyway. I do need to remember to cast that spell before getting this party started. Up here, I've discovered cursed fields. Yes, okay, that connects to a lot of provinces. That tells me this is a big cavern with a lot of area that I can clear. Good spot for a city. Definitely going to want to send my next hero down here to get an outpost, and probably found a city. I really, really like to rush cities with this build. For anyone wondering, and I might have said something about this on my community updates, possibly if this episode gets delayed, but I actually did take an initial, this is my second attempt at starting this series. I did actually totally record, finish, edit, and finish an episode, ready for publication, but then looked back at it and decided that I didn't think it was good enough. I didn't have any major catastrophes, I didn't really even lose any units, but I made some mistakes that caused me to get off to a very slow economic start. I was turn 20 and I still didn't have a second city. I wasn't even in the cavern to get my second city. I put way too much work into unlocking renown on a hero that didn't really need it that early in the game. And looking back at it, it was a lot of wasted time, and I didn't think it was really up to the quality of what I wanted the series to be. Especially with a build that I love this much. This is absolutely one of my top favorite builds in this game. It might be my favorite build currently. Maybe second. I still really like my primal build that I did in my co-op series with Adam. But this might be number 2. It's really, really fun. Alright, you guys can run through here, and you can continue along your merry way. Get up there as fast as you can. He's almost caught up with everybody. These guys are going to go... Yeah, I'm going to have these guys come up here. I guess it doesn't really matter which spot they run to exactly, but they can get in my borders up there, that's fine. Hephaestus isn't providing any army bonuses right now necessarily, so basically what we want to do is... Actually, what I want to do is scout out that umbral nest and clear that first if I can, because that could be a problem in the long term, and I just don't want to deal with it. I also probably want to think about getting lava chasms out here, but I don't want them yet because they're going to slow my units down. I'll plant those as I leave. Also need to remember that food is up there too. Probably want to get that with somebody. Maybe my hero, who is mounted, will be able to get it. Let's see. I can move Hephaestus here safely. I want to maybe spy out. Can I see what's in that umbral nest? Okay. Don't know if I can take that. Not without the hero. Maybe once the hero gets here. Everybody kind of needs to beef up a little bit. Getting some promotions on my units, getting Hephaestus leveled up a couple times, that becomes possible. I don't think that's possible right now. Maybe when that other defender gets up here, the one who's coming along a little late because I forgot to queue him. I'll have to think about that one. But for now, I think we can focus on the city, getting it built up a little bit, and maybe once the city gets built up a bit, I can then build some units out of that city, and then they'll be right there ready to help. So there's going to be an absolute warpath on my way back here, because those armies will be powerful enough to take out everything along the way. Again, turn 14, I still haven't cleared a single resource node. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think getting a second city next to this is probably worth it. I'm going to say that's worth it, in my opinion. Because in the long term, that's a huge benefit. Ooh, that's a mine right there. That'll benefit from the mine bonus. Very, very nice. Okay, good. That's going to be still good water tiles. It's not ideal because I can't make lava chasms out of them, but they're still going to be good tiles when paired next to that giant thing, canyon thing or whatever. I don't know what it is. That defender is done, and that means we can start building pyromancers. We can also make... Ooh, you know what? I forgot I get access to aspirant knights now. I definitely want an aspirant knight out, actually. He'll be able to reach my hero faster, for one thing. I kind of wish that I didn't... you know what? I think I can make up for it. I wish that I didn't put money into that, or resources into that pyromancer already, because I don't want to waste that production by canceling it. We'll see. I'm still going to stick with the aspirant knight. I'm going to end up clearing some stuff out here that might give... Actually, none of that's going to give me gold, is it? Huh. No, not unless I run down there and clear that, which is going to be on my way out. I'm trying to calculate... Okay, so on my next turn, I'm going to have 25 gold plus 61. That's 86. I think that's 86. Is that going to be enough to do a small hurry on the tavern and then build a vendor? Vendor's only 42, so I could get that. I won't be able to get the bathhouse, but getting the vendor's okay, because that's more gold. And gold is good. Alright, let's end the turn there. And again, remembering that I need to cast Searing Blades before these guys get into any fights. Now, how far can you get? 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't quite reach that. It's so close. Alright, what do I need in this city first? That's maybe a better question to ask. If I want to grow it quickly, it's going to be a forester. But I don't really have a good spot to put a forester that has any resource nodes on it. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. I build the forester anyway, or start working on it. Yeah, I'm going to start working on it. House hunting grounds, and we'll go for growth. We'll get the forester. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm about to get a bunch of production, and I want any buildings that I boost with the production to be boosted. I don't want to waste those production boosts on buildings that haven't already been boosted, because then some of that extra production gets wasted, basically. So I'm going to build the forester out there. That gets me the boost for the hunting grounds, turns it into 4 turns, and it'll help the city grow that much faster. Now, I could assign this guy as a governor, but I'm not going to. He does not get to be a governor. The next hero gets to be the governor of Kingerhelm. This guy is my boss's friend. They're just going to be best buddies and hang out. So we are not going to put a governor in Kingerhelm yet. keep moving along. I probably am very close to being able to build roads, actually. Can I get those now? Oh, I'm just a couple turns off, just a few turns off. A little late for them to be useful, but at least they'll be useful on the return trip. Okay, I can, at the very least, start clearing some stuff and getting renown for the elitist and levels for my hero right now, because I can move these armies here. In fact, I can move my hero here. These guys don't even have to come all the way down. They'll probably get a little damaged in this fight, but I can do this. That's a safe battle. We can do the auto, but I don't want them to cast spells. I'm too low on mana for that. Hero charged in, got himself killed, so we're gonna have to do this one ourselves. The first battle of the game on turn 16, 15, 16, something like that. It's a weird start, I know, but I promise it pays off to expand early when you're playing underground like this. Especially when you're playing underground like this, I think. Because those caverns are prime real estate. And if you miss out on getting set up in them and someone else gets there before you, it really limits where you can go. I don't want to be wasting any time building nasty above ground cities because my elves think the sun is gross and we don't want to deal with that crap. Okay, a couple volatile charges resisted. That's nice. Probably we'll end up doing a range attack with him. This guy is going to absolutely be a charge unit powerhouse in the long run, but in the short term, I don't really need him to be that way. So I am going to move this archer here because that'll give him a slight bonus for firing electrically charged arrows. They have that core link. I didn't notice that. What does that do again? I think it's transferring. All damage the unit takes is transferred to this unit with a 20% reduction. That's annoying. I don't like that. Okay, you know what? That's fine. We'll play your game. Hephaestus is going to run around on this side and lob a fireball at that archer. I'm going to set him on fire. I am going to trust my knight here to defend him, and you guys are just going to stall that shield. As a matter of fact, even better, I can put you here because now you're doing lightning damage back, and I can put this guy here to... Actually, I can send this guy around, and I can send this guy with Hephaestus. Yeah, he can go there because he's a shield unit right now, which is fine. He's a Death Knight, so he's flexible. You can kind of do a lot of stuff with them. Question is, do I want to move here or here? I think I want to move here. Protect the archers and let him waste time attacking that guy who's going to do more damage back to him from the energy crystal or whatever that's giving him electric damage that he's standing next to. From there we can in turn, and they have to make a decision about whether... Oop, bad decision. Very bad decision. Okay. Hephaestus can go hurt some people's feelings. Oh man, he can't quite make it to that spot. I was hoping he could reach that spot. That's okay. He can still hurt the archer's feelings very badly. Alright, I want to pin that thing into here. You know what? Actually, I want to kill that thing if I can, or at least weaken it, because it has that core link. If I weaken it, then I have to do less damage to these guys to finish them off. And I can trap the archers. In fact, the archers are trapped now. They can't do anything. And then I can move these archers around here and zap him a couple times. Actually, I should have moved them a little differently, but this is okay. I'm going to just defend with these guys. Do I want to defend or do I want to attack? I think I attack here, actually. I attack with this group. Defend with these guys. These guys are slowed right now. I'm actually not sure why. It might be the stone spirit doing something, but since they're slowed, they won't retaliate. So if I want to damage the stone spirit aside from my inner fire, I'm going to need to hit it myself. Okay, that archer managed to get out of there somehow, but it's not going to matter. Death Knight can finish him off easily. And Hephaestus can come in here and explain to this rock elemental that it's not invulnerable. Now, the giants' charge attack, heavy charge strike from the giants. Actually, if you have an axe, they can do this. This hits 2 tiles, but it does not hit friendly units, which makes it extremely useful. Then I can come in and flank him for the win. Easy. Easy, easy. Okay, that guy is dead. I get a frost shield. That's probably something I want to give my Death Knight, as well as some mana. That mana... well, look what I forgot to cast. We'll wait until next turn to do it, since I no reason to pay the mana upkeep on it on this turn. Hephaestus did get a little bit beat up there, so we're going to send him back here, as well as his army. They can all patch up. And then we can start grabbing other tiles. Yeah, looks good for now. Again, this guy... Okay, it is recognizing that that's a faster route, so we'll go that way. Eventually, I'm going to build a road along the whole length of both sides of that thing. It'll be very, very useful. It'll be a lot of gold. That'll actually be a pretty expensive road. But I think No, I really don't have a lot of extra gold right now. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this guy into the Cursed Fields. Or maybe into the water, actually. Okay, there's a lot of water around the Cursed Fields here. The Cursed Fields does not benefit me as much. It is more draft for all provinces, makes for a good city for producing units. But really, the Necromancer type, people who go heavy into the Necromancy tomes and stuff, benefit a lot more from this if you get the Souls economy going. We will not have the Souls economy going in this game. We will have the Burn Everything economy going in this game. We'll actually be quite good at killing undead, most likely. I wonder what that is over there. Okay, I did not get fire arrows, which is a little unfortunate, and I could spend the 20 mana to shuffle the research and try to get fire arrows, but I think getting Immolate's okay. It's a decent combat spell, and does extra bonus against targets that are burning, and I will be making a lot of targets burning. So I don't think that's a bad spell to get, plus my mana upkeep can't really afford the I can't really afford the mana upkeep for fire arrows. Well, actually I could, because I really only have one archer unit that can do anything with it. I'm glad I remembered to do this. Tavern's almost done. It's probably worth boosting the production of that to get my city out of the minus 10% city income. This actually might offset. Right now I'm making 75 gold per turn. If I boost that, it goes up to 107. So I paid 10 gold, but I'm getting back whatever the difference is between 75 and 107. I think that's 32. Yeah, I think that's 32. However, I am now down to 32 gold per turn. I was a little worried this might happen. I ended up spending more gold on something else this turn. Oh, it's because of the surf quarters that I'm building, or the house hunting grounds that I'm building out here. My capital will have to take a break and produce merchandise for one turn, because I don't want to cancel that aspirant, or that, I don't want to cancel that pyromancer, because I've already put a little bit of production into it. So, produce merchandise for one turn is okay. I know there's no governor set. It's going to bother me about that for a little while, but I don't want to put that guy in as a temporary governor, because when he leaves, he'll be sad. We don't want to make him sad. I will have another governor soon enough. Another one in 11 turns, so... I don't think... Well, you know what? Let me look at what his governor bonus is. Maybe it is worth putting him in there temporarily. He is a... Well, he's a specialist governor, I think. Wait, was he a specialist governor? Major ambition, minor ambition. Where does it show? I always forget where his governor ability is. I think I have to click on the city to see it. Specialist governor. Yeah, I'm not going to have any special province improvements in there, so it really doesn't matter. As far as I know, I get no benefits from assigning him as a governor. I would end up founding a house for him that he's not going to use. So we'll move on. I think we're good. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to build anything. I can't actually build any buildings, so that's fine. Hope Flowing Fields is happy with their accommodations that I've so graciously granted them. If I could have, I probably would have stolen their quarry too, because I'm just a jerk like that, but getting that outpost there is more than good enough. And we've met everyone. Crap. Okay. I would like to know where I met them. Where did they come from? I bet it was this scout. It was that scout. Okay. You need to go, dude.
Huh?
Yeah, you need to go. I mean, that's a tier 2 soother. It can't chase me down. That scout's going to be much better off going back out and getting back in the water and looking for water pickups or literally anything else other than getting killed by a friggin' wandering soother. So, yeah, keep going. I kind of want to wrap things up with getting this new city started quickly so that I can get Hephaestus back down to assist down below. Oh, crap. This is now spawning stuff to come after me. I'm going to have to deal with that. Can't really get around it, so... Unfortunately, it went into that province that I really wanted to take for that city. That's a nice province. Dang it. Come on. I need to level these guys up really badly. Okay, we need XP. I can lure that army. Is that a patrolling army? That is probably a patrolling army. Yeah, it's a patrolling army. So they're at least not helping to guard the center, which is already a tough enough army, I think, for me. I really want to build a unit out there. That's so tempting, but... well, is that worth it? It might be. I could build anything back here, but I'm thinking what I'm thinking is build the vendor, because I'm a little low on gold right now. I would like to get that up and running quickly. I don't really need the bathhouse right now. The city's doing okay, although it's going to be pretty much neutral income here in a minute. We can wait for the bathhouse. I'm going to go ahead and take that vendor just to get a little bit of extra income going. And I can start working on another defender out here. I'm not really sure what happens if I build a defender out here, though. Does it by default? I actually don't know this. If I build a defender out here, does it by default go into my liege's army, or my main guy's army? I think it probably does. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would be an unused unit. I think I would assume it would default to your liege. So we're going to count on that. We're going to keep spamming defenders. Right now we really need numbers to take down that umbral nest before that gets out of hand. So I'm going to build one out there. And then I can hurry production on it around the same time this guy shows up. And then I might actually have enough to go deal with that before it expands too far and gets, like I said, out of hand. The city grows in 2 turns. I could go after Lob's Hollow. Probably better to do that earlier than later. Along the way, though, I think I'm going to take this out. And I can get that... yeah, I'm going to take that out, and that'll boost the hunting grounds. That seems like a good thing to do. Okay, Hephaestus doesn't actually even need to move for this. And this guy can't make it anywhere else too terribly useful in this turn. So I'm going to do this. We'll try auto again. Hopefully the hero doesn't go and get himself killed. Good enough. We're going to say that's good enough. Okay, he gets another 20 renown for fighting alongside the leader. That's good. Hephaestus leveled up and this guy leveled up. This guy didn't have any promotions. And he doesn't really... Okay, so I can actually do something kind of fun with this guy, where I can have him lead Hephaestus' army and give them those bonuses. I think I'm going to do that because the regeneration is pretty good right now. Yeah, I'm going to give him the regeneration perk and have him help lead that army. Also, he needs to have that frost shield. I forgot to equip that. Hephaestus doesn't have any use for that frost shield. Hephaestus would have use for that helmet. Actually, Hephaestus definitely would have use for that helmet. I'm going to unequip that at the end of this next battle. Also, I have still continued to forget to cast Searing Blades. I think I'm going to fight this thing here. That mana node. Yeah, I think I can go ahead and take that. No, we'll heal up. We'll heal up before going to Lob's Hollow, because I'm not going to expand on the next turn anyway. And I do kind of want to expand there, though, because if I expand there, that puts me right next to the Umbral Nest, an area that I can heal in. But this is probably close enough, I guess. It's the Nanonode's tempting just because... Well, Lob's Hollow gives a lot of production. That would be better. Lob's Hollow would be better for a new city. Yeah, I'm going to expand to Lob's Hollow next for sure. So we'll... what I'll do is I'll move all these guys here. We will, again, wait on that spell. I believe this guy has to be the army leader for that healing bonus to apply, so we'll put them with him, and Hephaestus can stand by himself. And he's going to let his elitist buddy lead his armies for him, because he really doesn't have to. Hephaestus is very busy giant and has better things to deal with. Alright, we'll get the scout around, maybe dig that out. I want to explore more of this cavern and find a good spot to put down an outpost for when my next hero shows up. Or when those guys can get back down south. Oh yeah, and I get another province here. Probably want to grab another quarry, I would imagine. As for where I put it, probably doesn't much matter. Eventually these guys will come back through here. I'm going to probably want to make conduits and stuff out of all that. I think I'll take the quarry here for now. I'll probably change that to a mine later. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take... I'm going to go ahead and take that cave entrance and just make sure I have that in my territory, just before I forget about it. Getting this doesn't really matter right now because I can't clear it. So there's no sense making it a quarry and changing it to a mine later when I could just make this one a quarry now. I think it's better to do that. Also, Hephaestus leveled up. Now I get to talk about my build with this guy. What we're going to do is take Berserker. And I am just going to spoil this right now. We're making a beeline towards killing momentum. Killing momentum with giants that have a charge attack that can hit 2 units at once is absolutely insane, especially when you pair it with Second Wind and a few other surprises we'll have coming down the road. I'm not going to spoil everything yet. I want you guys to watch the other episodes, but this guy is going to be absolutely nuts by the time we hit even mid-game. He'll be a terrifying threat. Late game, he'll just be slaughtering everything. It's beautiful. So we'll take Berserker for now. We want that extra melee damage. Any melee damage bonus we can get is welcome. The Knight would make him more defensive. We don't really need that. He will be tanky enough by the end of the game. Damage output is all that matters, because killing momentum triggers when he kills stuff. So the more damage he does, the better off we'll be. Now we are down to where I could take this for destroying. I might want to take that. I might want to take pacification. I don't normally go for that this early, but I think in this case, I do want to pick that up. Yes, I do want to pick that up. Because I'm going to be fighting that Umbral Nest soon. And I want that 300 relation bonus with those city-states so that I can get them faster. I also know that I will want military engineering. So I'm going to go ahead and take... no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. In case there's an event that requires the Imperium. In case I want to spend it on something like that. Alright, are we good? We got Capital's working on stuff. We got... Yep, everybody's working on something. Oh, we're not good. I need to build something here. I can't build anything here. Okay, merchandise it is. If you gotta make merchandise, you gotta make merchandise. We'll try to get the gold situation under control here soon. Gross, guys. Guys, no, stop. Ah. Enemy of thine enemy. Okay, welcome the units from Manifont. Wait, ooh, where do these guys go? Can I afford the upkeep on them? Okay, I could get a Soother. 2 Soothers. Healers. They're healers, that's useful. And an Arcanist, which is a Battle Mage. Croaking Mystics, what do you guys have? Sharp Eyes doesn't really help with Soothers. Resilient. Well, Sharp Eyes just makes for good scouts, really. Hardy. Swamp Adaptation. These guys don't really help me. I think I might just want money so I can make my own stuff. Yeah, I'll train my own units. This would instantly finish production of Aspirant Knight and Pyromancer, though. I wish this would put the draft in my other city that's making that Defender near Hephaestus. That would be more useful right now. But we can use the gold to hurry production of that unit. And I think that's actually more useful at the moment. So, that's the plan. This thing absolutely has to go. And I suspect it would have put those new units probably by my capital, which would not have been useful for me at all right now. So I'm fine with just taking the money and using it to hurry things along. I keep accidentally clicking on that. I'm probably going to be doing that all game. My apologies in advance. We can start building a road on the next turn, which will help this guy catch up faster. Although by the time he gets there, I don't think it's going to matter. All right, well, we can try to clear Lob's Hollow on this turn. I think now's a good enough time to do it. These guys are probably tough enough with 6 of them, 2 of which are heroes. I think we can handle it. I also haven't forgotten about that food up there. I do plan to get that. I just don't know when. What do I want this city to build, by the way, while I'm thinking about this? Because I'm going to get another growth on the next turn, and it's going to be a quarry. It's going to count as a quarry. Yeah. So, might want to go lean into the shrine, actually. Get a little bit of extra mana upkeep. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It'll finish that shrine pretty quick, so... I'll get the extra mana. Also, I am going to remember to cast Searing Blades, finally. Because, holy crap, I can't remember for the life of me. Now, I am losing 4 mana per turn, but once we clear out that Umbral Nest and get those mana nodes, that'll fix that. So, that's okay. Let's get in here and see what we're up against. I am pretty confident that as long as this isn't anything with, like, crazy tier 3 units in it, I could set fire to the webbing around me. There's going to be spiders in here. I think I'm not afraid of that. And I'm also fine with the webs. Because the webs, I think, just slow you if you step on them. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm not going to turn them into fire, because my... Oh, wait, no. I do want to set them on fire. I absolutely want to set them on fire, because my units have some fire resistance, and the spiders don't. I get some fire resistance from the fiery skin trait or whatever I took from my race. So yeah, let's set stuff on fire. I mean, that's the moral of this. Holy crap, that's a tier 4 Hunter Spider Matriarch? What is that doing in here? Plus 2 guys that can summon animals? You know what? I think I'm going to take this risk. This will be a fun fight, a decently tough fight. I think that I can handle this, because aside from their initial summon, which I think they can only do once, come on, tooltip, can only be used once per battle. That isn't really anything good. The other spider can't cast a web, and these guys do minimal damage, which basically leaves me with 1 unit that I have to fight, and then the 2 that these guys spawn, which should die pretty quickly. I'm going to try the auto. I will lose some stuff for sure. We're going to retry it and do this ourselves. I am pretty sure that I can do this. Hopefully those guys run through the fire and burn themselves. I'm going to set up as good of a defensive line as I can, but we have to plan this all around that Hunter Spider Matriarch, really. Managing that thing. What I can do is try to get some early burning on it. It can't reach me from there, although it can jump. I need to watch out for that. That jump is a 3 space. Could it reach a tile where it could jump and hit Hephaestus? 1, 2, 3. It could. Do I care? Because I would really like to set burning on him and start lowering his health. I think I am okay with it jumping. You know what? I am definitely okay with it jumping ahead of everybody else, because that leaves it isolated. I probably, however, want... Okay, I'm going to put the defender next to Hephaestus. I'm going to put these guys right there so they can lay into the thing. And I'm going to have this guy circle around on the outside. He can flank the spider from the other side if he needs to. And then we're going to get as many other guys up here as I can. Probably here. So that if Hephaestus needs to back off, they can just slip in and take his spot. This guy's a little weaker. I guess we'll put him... here for now. And I am going to go ahead and light the spider on fire. That's guaranteed burning on that fireball that he can throw. It did find a way to get around. That's kind of why I put that guy there. I thought there might be another angle I hadn't seen. But this is okay. The spider can now be dealt with on its own, which is kind of ideal. It will do a lot of damage to anyone who touches it, but it won't kill anyone. And that's what's important. Now, what I want to do first is try to get that Sundered Defense. It's not likely to happen, but I did get lucky and got one stack of it. This will allow Hephaestus to do this, and I think cancel its retaliation. Should cancel retaliation. Yeah, okay, it will. If I cancel retaliation on it, Hephaestus is blocked from the other side. And I will have this guy defending him, so he's going to have defensive bonus. The spider can't reach him. The other spider can't reach him. I could even do another stack of burning on him if I feel the need to. I'm going to go ahead and beat him up with these guys first. I think I can kill it. Actually, I think I can kill it before it even has a chance to do anything dangerous. Yeah, it's dead. No spells needed. And it got to do absolutely minimal damage. So that was handled about as well as it possibly could have been, I think. Now, everything else should be relatively easy, although we are going to be kind of playing around this fire. But again, my guys resist fire to some extent, so it's not too bad. I'm going to leave this guy here for the moment and see what that little spider does. I can also start setting guys on fire, which might be a good idea to do, just so the burning wears them down and they do less damage as time goes on. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with spending a little mana to make this easier. Let's do it. Set some guys on fire. Okay, and depending on where they move, I don't think they have a lot of good options now. Hephaestus takes a couple hits in the back, but really doesn't care. This guy can ruin that spider's day. I might want to switch out a fresh shield. And the question is whether Hephaestus wants to run through the fire and mess those guys up. I think he probably does, if I can arrange for that to happen. This guy would be good going after the boar. Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use this guy to kill these things. Hephaestus can walk through the fire no problem. He's a fire giant. He does not care. I can get him up to here, and I can actually totally kill that guy, or I can totally mess this one up. I'm going to totally mess this one up. We'll move here. That lowers his damage output, and we're kind of trapping them in here. And that boar is a lot less useful if it can't get its full charge attack going. Those guys are okay to stay where they are. I will defend... you know what? I'm going to defend Hephaestus with this guy. He's going to run through and get a few stacks of... You know, that was actually a mistake. I shouldn't have put that many stacks of burning on him, but that's okay. Even with his fire resistance, he didn't need to go take 3 stacks of burning. But it's okay. He's at least defending Hephaestus. This thing is going to run around and run into those shields, but this guy's defending him, so I think we're okay there. I don't believe that he's going to do enough damage... Yeah, I'm not going to use any more mana on spells here. I don't think I need to. Oh, he actually attacked the one that was guarding. That's a little odd. Yeah, go ahead, back off. That's fine. He dies from burning. This guy dies from getting hit with sword. He dies from smashing. Glorious. In fact, I think we win, because the boar was a combat summon. No casualties. That's what I like to see. Lair of Silk Aftermath. I can do something nice and make Mana Font like me. The other option is to get minus alignment, make Mana Font mad. No, I want to make them like me. Hephaestus Oh, I got 404 food in Kingston. Gains 3 population? What? Holy crap. Okay, we're gonna send her home to Manafont. This city just grew like crazy. We're gonna take that, but we get 2 more. Holy smokes. What do we want? I mean, I could take this tile. That's not poisoned by the dang umbral taint, and we got a 1 cleared quarry on it. The shrine is still being produced, but there's probably better things this could be building now, like the town hall upgrade. So let's go ahead and get that in the queue. I will probably... Okay, one thing I can do here is I could get a good gold mine or a good quarry. Whatever I build on that tile is going to be really nice. Did that count as a built quarry? 2 of 3 build improvement quarry. I could finish that quest right now if I get this quarry. I kind of need a farm, but I can get that somewhere else. I think building a quarry here right now makes this like a super production tile. This city actually has a lot of production now. And then I can get more Imperium. I can take gold. How much gold do I have? 146, making 89 per turn. We could instantly make stone walls here, which is actually really nice because I don't even have wood walls. I might take that, actually. 40 Imperium's nice, but, I mean, getting free wood and stone walls is really nice. Or I could get... Oh, wait, no, that's giving away mana. It does give me a stone spirit, but I think that's the tier... Oh, that is a tier 3. That is kind of tempting. But I don't want to spend that much mana. That finishes the production of the Aspirant Knight and Pyromancer, which is kind of nice. You know what? I am going to... Actually, I think I'm going to just take the money. No, the wall saves me time and money. I'm going to take stone walls. I think getting 2 levels of walls instantly for free is kind of nice and lets that city focus on other things. Especially the way my thinking here is that once Hephaestus leaves, he's not going to be back around this city for a while, so having the walls will help it protect itself. It's actually better fortified. Well, it's as well fortified as my capital. My capital gets a little extra defensive bonus just for being the capital, but this is pretty good. Now I have the town hall in 2 turns, and I still get another upgrade. I probably want to grab a farm. I am thinking take one out here, probably. There's foresters out there I'm going to want 2, but I think getting a farm out there is fine. Or I could get one in the... No, I want it in the... If I take a farm, I want it on land first. Land tiles are still better for me, because of when I start spending my lava chasms, I can benefit from those. So we'll take the farm just because we're going to need it to build some other upgrades. But then we'll finish the town hall first. And we'll worry about that shrine later. Gosh, 3 population from 1 structure clear. That's awesome. Also, I did get some hero levels. Hephaestus leveled up again. We can get second wind. That's really nice for him. Helps him move a little further and heal. And did this guy level? He did level. We can get the extra hit points and status resistance for my units, which will be handy going into that battle with the umbral things. He's going to lead them into that fight. Alright, I think we're good. I can run up real quick if I want now with this guy and grab that food. This might actually get me another tile. No, not quite, but on the next turn it will. Actually, maybe growing a little bit too fast. I want these guys to be with him, because he's the one who's going to lead them. And then if I can be sneaky enough, I might be able to run Hephaestus in and attack the Umbral Nest, depending on where those patrolling armies are. I might be able to isolate them and kill this real quick on the next turn. In fact, Hephaestus should probably go here. I think that's a better tile for him. Oh, wait, hang on. Will they come out and attack me? Because if they come out and attack him, the units that are in the walls won't help him. Which I think is dumb. I think that you should have the option of pulling them out. We're gonna have Hephaestus stay in the walls just in case. I feel safer. I don't want him standing outside and getting picked off by something and then feeling really, really stupid in a turn or two. I am going. Why does this have like a weird little hole in it? Is there something in there? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm gonna go dig that up. Okay. Scout. You, sir, are going to get into the water because you're being chased by a soother, which sounds not scary at all, but it is when you're a scout. Alignment changed. I became good. That should make, well, it might make people a little happier with me. It depends on what their alignment is. These guys are neutral, so they don't really care either way. But I did make them happy with that last quest, and that's good. I do need to keep an eye out, though, in case anyone meets these guys. I don't want them turning enemy on me. That would be really kind of annoying. Not game-breaking, but just annoying. I don't want to mess with going and conquering them. They are neutral with me. I need to... Did I already pick this up? I did, okay. So on the next turn, I think we try to take out the Umbral Nest. I think I'm ready for it. Maybe. Actually, I can hurry production of that defender on the next turn. I have enough gold to do it. So I should be fine. Is my capital, both cities, doing stuff? Oh, wait. I might need to hurry production of the vendor. No, it wouldn't pay for itself, so I don't really need to. It would get me 10 extra gold this turn, but it would cost 14 to do. So I'll just let it finish normally. And then this city is busy, so they're good. And the turn. And already we've got a pretty solid second city going here. I'm anxious to already get down into that other southern cavern and build in there. Okay, these guys moved into the perfect spot for me. I think now is the time to do this. I think now is also the time to probably take one of these two tiles. This one would be better for getting to the Umbral Nest faster, if that matters. I don't know if it does. Actually, it kind of does, because once I clear the Umbral Nest, this will disappear, but the units that are in it could stay there and recover while this army moves in to attack them. So I think I'm going to take this one. For now, it's going to be a farm. Or, you know, maybe a forester. No, the city's got enough. The city had enough growth boost. I don't need to go for more growth buildings. I think I'm better off taking the farm so that I can build the tavern as soon as that town hall is done, because the city's going to need it. So we'll take the farm there. Yes, we want to annex the infested province, but now my units can move through it faster. There's another decently tough fight. But there's only 5 guys in there. Only one's a tier 3. I just took out an army with a tier 4 in it, so I'm feeling somewhat confident. And I can also hurry this defender, which I am going to go ahead and spend the money to do here. I'm not going to build anyone else. He did go into Hephaestus's army, I think. Or is he like a... Maybe he's unassigned, because these guys all have the little banner. He didn't get one. He will... You know what? I think the way this works is when a new governor's house is founded, he'll be part of their house. I think that's how it works. Because the game, like, remembers what city you built them in. So that's fine. He can... He can catch up later. For now, he can go with this guy, because he's still going to get extra health from him. I feel sort of bad for him because now he's like the one soldier that doesn't fit in with everybody else. And then we move in, we attack that wall. The patrolling army is away to get the maximum stack power against it. And I can maybe auto this. I'm not going to let it cast spells, but new guy died. Way to go, new guy. All right, we'll do this ourselves. I think I can do this with no losses. I think they just get funny that with the units, one unit starting off by himself, so should be okay. Just want to expose or not expose myself to any unnecessary damage. The one thing I don't see here is any range units whatsoever, so we can use that to our advantage. That really makes battles much, much easier. This thing can't reach anyone right now. It's a little on the slow side too. I'm gonna kind of wall off around the archers here. I sort of probably should have set that up even a little better than I did, but that's okay. These guys can't really get through now. Can he reach there? No, the Death Knight's okay if I go there. And I'll have this guy come as far this way as he can go. It's a little bit of a weird setup, but should work. Oh, that polearm could reach further than I thought. Okay. This is fine. We can get Death Knight out of there. I'm going to go ahead and use the archer to do it. Yeah. Oh, huh, no sunder. Okay. Fine, be that way. I am going to run in and hit these two units to get that double hit there. That's a fairly juicy hit that I don't think I can pass up. Yeah. Okay, now this thing can attack Hephaestus back, but it's not going to do much damage. This guy can move in here and guard Hephaestus. I want to get the knight out of there and switch him with a shield if I can. Yeah, definitely want to do that. So that means I need to leave enough space for all these units to move. So that shield goes there. This knight takes an attack of opportunity to back off, but we give a shield here instead. And then I can move this shield in. There's not really anything better for him to do. And then I have one here to block this path off if needed. Actually, I might send him around to go on a little flank to where he can maybe hit something in the back. This one maybe too, but I don't want to send him far enough. Well, if the polearm wants to run down and hit him, that's okay. I just don't want this thing charging into him. If actually, you know what? If that thing charges in, the archer will be exposed, but I'll be able to kill it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, no matter what they do, I think this is bad for them. Yeah, I just want to leave him here. I don't want the Umbral Juggernaut to be able to hit him. These guys defend. This guy turns and defends. Actually, turning probably doesn't matter. Actually, it might because of cancel retaliation. I think might break defense mode too. I don't remember for sure if that matters. Actually, he can't reach him anyway because those plant things are getting in the way. Now, do I want to cast a spell? I don't think it matters here. I don't think it matters here. I don't think I need to use the mana. We'll hold off on that. Okay, he did go after that guy up there. That's also fine, although I don't want him to get ganged up on by too many people. That guy going down there is totally fine. The shield will kick his butt. But we do have one more unit moving in down there. Probably want to deal with that. I want to use these guys to go assist. Actually, hang on. I want to use these guys to go assist up there. Hephaestus can't quite make it around. Okay, what I want is, first move, you go here, kill that thing. That does leave his back open, but that's okay. Death Knight's going to come through here and deal with these guys. He can defend. He'll be fine on his own if these guys mess up that pikeman badly enough. Okay. They're good. He's guarded. Hephaestus can get all the way around, but can Hephaestus kill that thing? I don't think he can. And he would get decaying if he goes through there. I don't know if I want him to have that, but he's got enough health. I think he'll be fine. And I don't think that thing can displace and replace him because he's a giant. It's a little too big. Canceling that thing's retaliation would also be useful in this situation. So I think I'm going to do that. We'll take the decaying. We'll go ahead and give him a big old smash. Cancels his retaliation. Move him out. We take a hit from the bird, but that doesn't matter. We move this guy in, and then the archer can come up and just assist. This guy probably needs to go here, actually, because the bird might go after the archer. These guys are fine where they're at. I think everybody's good. Okay, they're all turning on Hephaestus. He took quite a bit of damage there, actually. So we're going to want to finish them off. Hephaestus can go ahead and pop second wind. Oh, wait. Never mind, that was a mistake because he can't heal. It doesn't matter. These guys are all going to die on this turn anyway, so I just actually need to make sure they die on this turn. Okay, yeah, you guys can hit the crow. Hephaestus can hit that thing. Cancels retaliation. Archers can finish. Perfect. And we are just left with these guys down here. You can finish them off. You can, yeah, go ahead and attack them. I think that's fine here. Guy's gonna take a little damage, but he'll be all right. Oh, I forgot that thing's, oh, that's bad. I forgot that they explode into a bunch of little guys. They aren't going to kill Hephaestus, fortunately. But I'm still probably going to fireball one of them just to weaken them. Probably whichever one's not touching any other units. And then this guy can get around and at least hit one to do a minor amount of damage to it. Totally forgot about that. That's on me. Now, Hephaestus is going to retaliate against one of those, and if it hits him, and do a ton of damage. Okay, they're just burning themselves attacking my other guys, so that's fine with me. This guy down here is actually the one that came closest enough to getting himself killed. But it doesn't matter. He's fine. Hephaestus is... Oh, those were all summoned, so we're done. Okay, sharpened orb. Oh, a legendary item already? A tier 4 orb already? With firebolts, no less, and plus 30% crit chance. That's good. That's really good. I need to keep my eye out for a mage or a ritualist. Actually, the Death Knight, I think, can use that too. He might be better off with something else. There's also Provoke Wand. I don't care as much about that. We're going to take that reward. Can the Death Knight equip that? No, he can't. Okay, so he's melee. We can take the Wand of Provocation. I'll give it to him. He's a shield unit, so provoking units into attacking him if he can be tanky is probably useful. Now, I most likely want to get back to my city. It's a question of whether I want to fight those 4 units. Yeah, I can take them. That's fine. I can take them. Besides, I can't get this guy all the way back into my walls, so attacking them is fine. In fact, I can't get any of these guys back into my walls. So going there is okay. You stand on top of them for healing. Hephaestus goes here and triggers this battle and then can step back into friendly territory. This should be easy, but I could see the auto combat losing somebody here. It didn't, so I'm fine with that. We kill them. We get more renown for him. He's doing probably pretty well. Yeah, pretty well. He needs to reach level 12 to get Ruler's Retinue, but having him be my first hero will mean he gets to level 12 faster. In fact, he just got his first signature skill, so that's good. I probably want to go down the Knight path and go more of a fighter, I think, with him. I don't think I'm going to do as much necromancy stuff, probably. Yeah, I'm going to go down this path. I'm not sure which route I'll take, left or right, though. I'm sort of undecided on that. I do know that for a signature skill, I'll be taking Chaos to get Searing Strikes. I'm going to make him a warrior. He's going to do fire damage. I'm going to do lots of fire damage, actually. I am thinking that I give him Second Wind and Killing Momentum and make him kind of like a secondary Hephaestus. If I go down this route, he could get more crit damage, but you can actually go down both. And I like getting Killing Momentum faster. I think Killing Momentum is just a really good thing to target early. And Second Wind never hurts to have. So I will go down that route. Although I might want the fire damage first. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. I'm going to take the fire damage on Initiate of Chaos. And help him. That'll help him do a little more damage output. I think that would be useful at this stage of the game. We still take the Knight, though. +1 defense, +10 maximum hit points. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so he gets a little fire damage. A little bit more of a fighter. That's good. Hephaestus can go here. And look at how much nicer this area looks now that it's thoroughly under my control. Isn't that pretty? No nasty gloom anywhere. Other than this thing, I actually... While I'm here, it's probably worth hopping down there and checking that out. I think I can kind of see the outlines of another umbral nest. That will be a problem the moment I leave, I'm sure. So it might be worth hopping down there to check that out. However, I do not have the health to do it right now. They really need to patch up. I've kind of pushed that army to their limits. I did find some gold here. Always take free gold. And go north. More water. Unfortunately, more water down here than I would have liked to see, but there's still stuff in the water. Like, there's like coral reef there, or whatever that pearl reef. There's still stuff to work with. So, also, I do know that I have road building available now. So I probably want to go ahead and grab that and start working on some roads. The question is, how much money do I want to spend on roads right now? I think getting one going through here is probably going to be worth it. I think that is definitely going to be worth it, actually. So I'm going to take this guy and go ahead and enable road building. It's 3 gold per hex, but we're just going to build one that goes all the way around the length of this cavern. I'm surprised you can't go further, because they should... Did they change that? I think they changed that. Hang on. Base movement cost of moving to cavern floor is 6. Now, now it's 32, right? Okay. No modifiers as far as I know. Enable road building, move 1 space. 27. Okay, that's 5. Why is that the same distance, regardless? Maybe it's just the way the math works out. Because maybe he has a leftover. He's got 2 leftover. I'm really surprised that's not helping them move further. It normally does, but I guess it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and invest in getting a road running all the way around there and connecting up to my city. I think that's going to be definitely worth it. Help everyone move a little faster. And then Scout continues to bravely run away. Brave, brave Sir Robin. Actually, Sir Robin has gone the wrong way and found an enemy outpost that is concerningly close to my territory. What is directly underneath that? This area over here. Okay, so it doesn't really connect to my stuff. So I'm going to be thankful for that. I don't really want to be fighting the enemies quite yet, but the way I've set this game up, that's probably how it's going to go. I can also extend the road going all the way through this cavern and down here and really just connect everything up very nicely. Chapter completed. Pick a new tome. What do we want? Tome of Enchantment is what we want, because this is going to be a fairly shield-heavy build with the Legion guards, or whatever those guys are. Liege guards. And also, to clarify, Liege guards benefit very nicely from spell-tempered shields. Any shield unit does. That's great for shield units. +1 resistance, and they give +1 resistance to both, I think, themselves and all adjacent allies when in defense mode. Sundering Blades is also very solid for a very melee focus or build like this, a very physical focused build. Kind of a mix of physical and fire. You just really can't go wrong with Tome of Enchantment. Rude Carver's Camp is great for getting some extra mana. Just a great tome overall. Plus, I need the... I've already mapped out exactly how much affinity I need to unlock the tomes that I want. And I need a 2 Materium tome here anyway. Unfortunately, I didn't get Spell-Tempered Shields, but we did get Sundering Blades, which is probably the next best thing. So we'll work on that. Our research kind of sucks, admittedly. I need to work on that. Maybe that would be a good thing for Obsidian Forge to work on, is grabbing that library in 1 turn. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of need that. Mana is stable. Could be doing better. Could be doing worse. It might be time to think about getting another Lava Rune Steel up and running in this city. Since I don't really have a reason to go over there, we can make these tiles better. So I think getting that ready to go is probably worth doing. We've already got the Aspirant Knight on the way. We've got a Pyromancer on the way. I don't really know that I need to build anyone else here. You know what? Let's build a Bannerman. Let's get a Bannerman started. We could use a healer. Even if he's not part of anyone's house yet, he'll get there eventually. I probably need a couple. I'll build another one in Hephaestus Capital in Obsidian Forge by the time I keep wanting to go and reflexively put a hero in there, even though I know now's not the time to do that. Now, clearing that did give me that benefit with happiness to all city-states. If I can get it, which I can't yet, I need to try to target that Whispering Stone. I think that one will probably come before the one in the Order tree does, because I'm only getting 1 Order affinity. How are you guys doing? Pact of Cooperation in 1 turn. No one else has met them. So I should have a fairly good head start with them. Now, if those guys go, if they have a way of getting underground, they might meet this. They might meet my underground city. Sorry, going the wrong way. They might meet flowing fields before long. If the people who founded that outpost go underground, because there's a path that goes right through there. In fact, that outpost could end up being kind of on a front line. So I think I'm going to keep them the way they are for now. Oh, ruler leveled up again. That's good. We take melee damage. If we can get melee damage, we take melee damage. Also, I get signature skill at level 4. So I'm going to pick that up. We take I will take critical rune here. I need that 15% critical hit chance. That is good now. More important later. We'll be leaning into crits pretty heavily on this guy. It also gives me, of course, fire damage on my attacks, but we don't need that now. We need to continue down the path towards killing momentum. The faster we get there, the better. However, now that I think about it, yeah, a little bit of, I guess, pro tip here. The way this works out, it's actually better to take Searing Strikes now, because when you reach this point, you'll get another signature skill, and you'll actually get 2, and you'll get to, because I can get to this point, and then I'll get my signature skill when I get that last one, and I'll be able to pick this and something else. In my opinion, it's actually better to go ahead and take that extra damage on Searing Strikes, and then get to here, and then when you get your next signature skill, just go boom, boom, and get those 2. You know what? I take that back, because I'm going to be picking up Meteor Strikes. I'm going to be picking up Meteor Strikes next. So that actually would probably be better to add on. I will stick with my normal and get this. Just know that that's an option. If you want to get killing momentum, the way the math works out, you can take something else and then get 2 in 1 level up, because you'll get the signature skill, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining this well enough. I might not be. From here, we'll be going down to get Vigor, Unyielding, War Seeker, which is important, because he's going to be killing a lot of people. And when this unit kills an enemy, he's going to get more damage, more hit points, which helps keep him alive. And then, of course, killing momentum at the end of the tree. I also might have a... oh, he gained a level of Renown, not a level, normal level. So, I think we are at the end of the turn here. Guys, I think this is going to be the end of the first episode. We're already a little over 2 hours here. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope I felt like... I feel like I did a much better start this time around than I did on my first attempt at this series. Because the last time... my first attempt at recording this, I was at turn 20 at the end, did not have a second city, and hadn't even explored the second cavern yet. So I think this is a much, much stronger start. Plus, I've got this in this game. I didn't have that last time. That's not why I restarted, but that just worked out that way, so I'm not going to complain. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. As always, you can leave your comments and thoughts down below. I do review those. For anyone new to the series, I do review those, and I will be checking out your comments and feedback as we move through this series. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you in the next one. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.